There was a time when I believed discipline was something harsh, something forced, something that restricted life rather than shaping it. I was young then, sitting in this very monastery, watching the older monks rise before sunrise, while I struggled to leave the comfort of my bed. One morning, an elder monk noticed me hesitating again. He didn't shout. He didn't punish me. He simply placed a small empty bowl in my hands and said, "Follow me." We walked silently to a nearby river. He handed me a bamboo stick and asked me to fill the bowl with water. I laughed, "But master, it has holes." He nodded and said, "Then keep filling it until it holds water." Confused, I kept dipping it into the river. Each time I lifted it, the water slipped away before I could take a step forward. I grew frustrated. My hands ached. My patience faded. Finally, I said, "This is impossible." The elder monk looked at me and said gently, "That is what your life becomes without discipline. You keep trying to hold something precious, but without structure, it slips away before it can become part of you." Those words stayed with me longer than any lesson I had ever heard. You see, discipline is not punishment. Discipline is protection. It is the quiet force that holds your life together when motivation disappears. It is what wakes you up when sleep is tempting, what keeps you studying when distractions are louder, what tells you not now when impulse says do it. I learned this deeply years later when I attempted to meditate for long hours without structure. I believed I could rely on willpower alone. At first I felt strong, but days passed and my mind wandered more. My focus weakened and my progress faded. It was the same lesson again, the empty bowl. Discipline is not about intensity, it is about consistency. Even the smallest daily actions, repeated with care, begin to shape a mind that is steady and unshakable. Just as water eventually cleans stone, not by force, but by persistence. And so I changed. I stopped chasing perfect days and began building simple ones. I woke up at the same time, not because I felt like it, but because I had chosen it. I sat in silence for a few minutes each morning, not waiting for peace, but allowing it to grow slowly within me. I no longer depended on feeling ready. I depended on structure, and something unexpected happened. My life became lighter, not heavier, because discipline removes decision fatigue. It frees the mind from constant negotiation. When you are disciplined, you are no longer asking, "Should I do this?" every moment. You already decided once, and that decision carries you forward. Many people think freedom means doing whatever you want, but I have learned the opposite. True freedom is being able to do what matters, even when your feelings disagree. There is a quiet strength in that. So if you are struggling today, do not wait for motivation to rescue you. It rarely stays long enough. Instead, build your discipline like a temple, stone by stone, habit by habit, moment by moment. Start small. Wake up when you said you would. Finish what you begin. Return to your purpose even when your mind wanders elsewhere. Each small act is another drop of water in your bowl, slowly teaching it to hold. And one day, you will notice something remarkable. What once felt impossible now feels natural. The same discipline that once felt heavy will become your greatest peace. Because in the end, discipline is not about control over life. It is about mastery over yourself. And when you master yourself, you stop being carried by the world and begin walking through it with intention, calm, and clarity.